My name is Hannah Patch and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video that I've posted and I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit before getting into what I'm going to get into today. So my name is Hannah. I am 22 years old and I am a huge Formula One fan. That's mostly what my page is going to be about. I'll do some lifestyle stuff popping in sometimes, but mostly about Formula One. And the thing that I'm going to get into today is the famous Las Vegas Grand Prix, and it's going to be called Tramua with Hannah. So sorry if I'm looking over here. I'm making sure I have all the notes that I need to, making sure everything's actually correct. The first race for the Las Vegas Grand Prix was held in 2023. And that was very controversial. I remember when that was first going on. The track length is 6.201 kilometers or 3.853 miles for my American people, because I personally still have not learned the kilometers thing. Lando Norris currently holds the fastest lap, and he achieved that last year at the 2024 Las Vegas Grand Prix. The Las Vegas Grand Prix is a 50-lap race. The race is held at 8 p.m. local time and held on a Saturday because it is more beneficial for everyone else around the world. And last of all, they race down the famous Las Vegas Strip that makes it so glamorous to everyone. The not so glamorous thing, like I said, it's held at 8 p.m. But that sometimes isn't that beneficial because for me, it starts at 8 p.m. But I know for people in Europe, it starts at 4 a.m. But it is beneficial for people in Australia because it starts at 5 p.m. for them on Sunday. But it starts at 11 p.m. for me on Saturday, which is weird because this is the only one that's held Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, at least on the 2025 calendar right now. And then, with it being held in the desert, it tends to get cold at night, so then people have to bundle up, which usually you don't have to do for a Grand Prix. The only Grand Prix that I really have to bundle up for is Silverstone because I got soaked. But that's another thing. A not so glamorous thing is how business tend to lose money during the Grand Prix if they are in the end part of the Grand Prix around it, because they can't access their businesses while that is going on. And then also, due to the colder weather, certain teams could flourish and certain teams not so much. Like McLaren, they are known for being pretty good in hotter, warmer weather, and Mercedes, not so much. But when Mercedes and everyone comes to Las Vegas, they tend to be much quicker because their tires and their car is mostly suited for colder weather. So that's why you mostly see Mercedes being on top. I mean, also, you can never count out Max Verstappen, but most of the time it is like Mercedes and them. They're pretty much at the top of it because their car is suited for this race mostly. And like I said, McLaren, due to also their tires, they are also not very fast on the straights. And if you look at the circuit, it is a lot of straights. And as a McLaren fan, that kind of hurts, but I deal with it because most of the year they're pretty good. So we're not gonna get into it. And then on to the glitter of the whole race. The race honestly does tend to provide a lot of overtakes and a lot of action. I feel like since there's a lot of straights, you see a lot of people overtaking on the straights. And then many teams, or like Lando, they provide pop-ups during the weekend that fans can go to even if they can't attend the Grand Prix itself. Like Las Vegas, I know Williams is having a pop-up just so you can look at the cars, there's activations and stuff like that. You can buy merch that they have special for the weekend. And sometimes they do have drivers pop up. Like Alex has popped up before. They'll have Jensen Button pop up and talk a little bit so you can talk to drivers and past drivers. They even sometimes have James Vowles, that is, and he'll talk. And I know with like Lando, he has an activation this year, and that will be where you can get his merch. I have a feeling he might have some merch. Don't fall quote me, but I think he might have some merch for Vegas. I think. I'm also, yeah, don't quote me because I am fully guessing right now. Another thing it does with the glitter of the Las Vegas Grand Prix weekend, it does help to boost tourism in the city because people are coming there for the race, and it's especially during their off-peak season. So it's essentially pretty much another peak season for them since they're having so many people come to the race. And then another thing, it does tend to bring in a lot of celebrities. I have seen like Rihanna and stuff like that, and Stevie Aoki. I'd love to see him one day. Possibly get a cake thrown at me, but that's something else. But it pretty much brings in a lot of celebrities, athletes. Pretty much, I think Las Vegas is one of the biggest places where they get a lot of celebrities at it. So, and pretty much the last thing, you get to watch F1 cars race down the famous Las Vegas Strip, which I think is pretty cool. And pretty much that is it for today. That is Track Trauma with Hannah about the Las Vegas Grand Prix. See you in the next one. Bye. No. That's a thing this weekend. And then another thing, Las Vegas Strip.